0.05 seconds. 2005, the Golden Corral 500 at Atlanta. Carl Edwards goes for his first career win, beating Jimmy Johnson by 0.028 seconds, and the Carl Edwards backflip. And then 2004 Subway 400 at The Rockingham Speedway, a battle between Matt Kenseth and Casey Kane. At the last race at Rockingham, Matt Kenseth beating Casey Kane by 0.010 seconds. And then the 2007 Daytona 500, Kevin Harvick beating Mark Martin by 0.20. And a huge wreck as cars crossed the line, where Clint Boyd crossed the finish line on his roof in the 07 car, the Jack Daniels car. I saw some video of that. 2001 Cracker Barrel 500, Kevin Harvick defeating Jeff Gordon by 0.006 seconds. And then the 2003 Carolina Dodge Dealers 400, Ricky Craven, 32 car, trying to pass the number 97 of Kurt Busch, bouncing off each other repeatedly. Ricky the Tide Craven beating Kurt Busch by 0.002 seconds. FoxSports.com, Alexander Gut. And then 2016, Denny Hamlin beating, we know that. We read that plenty of times, so we know about having with Denny Hamlin. Now, what else we're going to do here? Oh, Chase Elliott, the other 88. Chase Elliott, the youngest pole sitter in the Daytona 500. And on Saturday night, Chase Elliott wins his first Xfinity Series win at Daytona, winning the Power Shares Triple Q 300. First Xfinity win at Daytona, and what makes his career total to 5. So his 5th Xfinity Series win. Okay. Which is cool. And what else we got here? Alright, then Stewart-Haas Racing, Tony Stewart substitutes, and this is one I wanted to get in here before we split. Stewart-Haas Racing announces future Tony Stewart substitutes for the next 2 races, Ty Dillon and Brian Vickers. So Ty Dillon will be filling in this weekend at Atlanta, and then Brian Vickers will be filling in Las Vegas. Good stuff. Alright, so what we got here? Hall of Fame, which I didn't get to. I got a whole bunch of stuff on the Hall of Fame. We'll get to that next time. But I'll leave you with this one. And I really want to get into the Hall of Fame stuff before I forget. But we'll do that next week. We were supposed to do it this week. But a piece of Formula One history rolls across the auction block, back in December of this year, past December. A 1956 Ferrari 290 MM Scaglietti at the RM Sotheby's in New York for the Driven by Disruption auction in New York on the 10th of December 2015. So the 1956 Ferrari 290 MM sold for $28.05 million, and this car was originally built for Formula One legend Juan Manuel Fangio for a 1,000-mile race through the Italian peninsula known as the Mille Miglia. Fangio's Ferrari led sales at the Driven by Disruption auction at Sotheby's, making the car the most expensive car of the year for 2015. Estimates for the car were between $28 and $32 million. And the crazy thing is that throughout the car's racing career, there was no crashes. Some other drivers, such as Phil Hill and Wolfgang von Trips, also drove the famous Ferrari. Juan Manuel Fangio, career stats, raced in 52 Formula One events, won 24, and holds the record for the oldest driver to win the World Championship at the age of 46, a record still held today. Also at the Driven by Disruption auction, a 1964 psychedelic Porsche owned by Janis Joplin, Porsche 365 1600 Cabriolet that sold for $1.7 million. Now, here's what's crazy. It sold for $1.7 million, but it was estimated to go for between $400,000 and $600,000. So there you go. Some other back to Juan Manuel Fangio, some other factoids, if you will. Fangio also raced with Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, and Maserati, and besides Formula One, has competed in the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the 12 Hours of Sebring, the 24 Hours of Spa, and the Indy 500. All right, so we'll go over the Hall of Fame stuff next week because I'm gonna cut it short. Well, it's not short, but we're gonna call it a day right now, and then we'll get into some Hall of Fame stuff next week. And of course, we'll get the results from Atlanta, all that good stuff. And so we're gonna have a good time next week. So one more time, okay? Let's take a look at the schedule one more time, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so on Saturday afternoon at 1:30, Fox Sports 1 and PRN, and it's the Heads Up Georgia 250, 163 laps, and that's the Xfinity Series event. And then Trucks at 4:30 p.m., Fox Sports 1 and MRN, and that's the Great Clips 200. So if you're looking for it on the radio, the Xfinity and Sprint Cup on PRN, and then the Trucks on MRN. Sunday afternoon, again, Sprint Cup Series action, and that's at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Fox PRN, and that's the Folds of Honors Quick Trip 250, Quick Trip 500, and that is with 325 laps scheduled. All right, so wow, we really had a lot of stuff to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, so I'd like to say thank you very much. We've never done the notes on all three series before. We've always just done the notes for Sprint Cup Series. So now we're experimenting with doing notes for all three series. But if the show does seem to get a little too long, then we'll probably split it up. So we are always experimenting with things here and there. I'd like to say thank you to listeners out in the United States. We also got some listeners in France. So vive la France. There you go. Also next week, the Donald Trump car. We'll talk about that, and over at Knoxville, the Knoxville Nationals. We'll talk about that next time, and a whole bunch of good stuff. So I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with another Full Throttle on Thursday, and RP Express on Monday. So from New York, this has been Manny Allegretto. Be good, be safe. Enjoy your weekend of racing, and we'll see you next week. This has been RP Full Throttle.